exclusive. We can see about. So what was happening is people were abducting police officers, taking their gun, and then going to ammunition because there was no license required to purchase ammunition. They would purchase Glock ammo, which they could use to essentially shoot that gun in perpetuity if they wanted, right?
Wow.
So the state responded by way of making the ammunition. I think it's 2,000 for 30 shots, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a
so,
lot.
but
That's good.
I'm gonna. So at this next council meeting, in tandem with making civilian gun licenses available, I will be pushing to have the price lowered back to what it was before the epidemic.
You should be proud.
That's really good.
I'd say crank them prices as high as you can.
Shut up, Zon.
No.
These
what?
motherfuckers are already rich. These guys have been working their
Zon.
whole life.
Zon.
If they're not a felon, they have a lot of money. I'd say fuck it, bro. Milk them.
The state doesn't
You're a
need
fucking
help.
op,
That's the
man.
thing.
Why are you an op?
I'm gonna go check the state account right now and tell you guys a little something about the state account. Right
Yo,
now.
quadruple that shit. Maximize the fucking thing.
Zon, why are you being an op?
What do you mean?
You're being an op.
I'm not being honest.
You're being an
Not
op.
being an op.
You might as well.
You're
know
being
what?
up.
You're
Yeah,
an
don't
op.
be
being
an
a
op.
Shut up, Saki. I didn't say anything about the gun prices. I don't give a fuck about the gun prices. I'm
Okay,
here
then
about
what
the
the fu-
buns, okay? I'm here
What
about the
about the
fucking buns.
Are you gonna give us more
What
money?
ones are you on about?
Dude, 3 buns,
state account
2 patties is too much.
right now
Hold on.
has
I'm about to, I
$36
gotta go off.
million in it. 36
Ginger, how are
million.
you?
And when I
Sorry to
came
interrupt.
here,
I just
it
wanted
was,
to say hi.
When
Happy
I
you
was
said
here
hi.
1
I think
month
you look
ago,
beautiful today.
that number was
Thank you. You don't think I look 40, do you?
Who said that? Whoever
36
said that
million?
needs to get
Tell
punched
me
in the
why I
face.
have a treasurer
Oh,
telling me that
okay.
they're
I'll tell
trying
her
to
she needs
use
her
it
eyes checked
when the
next
state
time.
Yeah, she
account
needs
has
to get her
gone up
fucking eyes checked.
400% after tax
You look
cuts,
lovely.
after
thank you.
incorporating every
This is my
single
non-crime
government
outfit.
check
It's cute.
into
Oh, thank you.
the
Like a
fucking
street
state
style.
account, and
Oh,
who
hell
the
yeah.
state account pays out every government check, every cop, every lawyer, every judge.
I'm here on business.
Every
guy.
doctor,
Okay.
every
You're making
EMS.
millions.
One day
every
we should both
give
get
the buns
wait,
more
listen, have
money,
you got a
please.
motorcycle?
Yeah.
Let's go riding together.
You know what
I
you
would
do
love
with that? Here's what you
Me
do.
too.
Cut PD checks.
Yes.
Cut Group 6 checks.
Yup.
Yes.
Yup.
Give that
Increase
shit.
your buns workers pay.
Yes. Yes.
Power to the
so it feels
people.
to be a millionaire.
Fuck the police.
That definitely makes sense.
We Senior Buns is a dangerous place.
Speaking about the buns, I have
Senior
something to
buns, oh
say.
God.
Is that you, Ginger?
It is.
Yeah, what up, Ginger?
Hey, 3 buns, 2 patties is too much for 1 burger. All right, two buns, 1 patty. There's no reason for this.
Wait.
This is out of control. It's out of control. 3
this
buns,
recipe is insane.
1 and 2 patties is too much. It's crazy.
Change the recipe.
There's
Well,
4
it's
buns
like-
that can be made
Fix
at
your
1
country,
time.
Max.
Hey, shut
Fix
the
your
fuck up!
fucking
I'm
country.
talking here.
Let the lady speak.
Whoa, whoa.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
so
you.
it's 3 buns, two
2 patties. It's crazy. So say you have 15 people
That's too much
waiting
meat.
for the. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
It's too much fucking.
There's only 4 buns that can be made at a time. Why? Why would you have 3 buns, 2 patties? It doesn't make sense. So if you can only make 4 buns at a time, you have a line out the door, hungry customers. They're like, oh, fuck this. I'm just gonna leave and never come back. And then no one wants to go to the buns. And you're already making
do you-
shit money.
Are you still working out of the buns?
Listen, what I do in my free time is nothing to do with you.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm just wondering. I'm not like accusing
Listen,
them.
if I have
we
2
work
ops
together.
sitting
We
there,
work
listen,
together.
listen, if I have 2 ops right there, you can't be asking me what I do in my free time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Okay,
you gotta
I'm sorry.
understand.
I'm
Listen,
sorry.
I thought
Look,
you were cool.
You could have just said yes, Ginger.
No, because it's a lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I appreciate your
I'm
honesty.
not even gonna believe me.
I hate
Yeah.
the surface world.
So, what you want me to amend their recipe?
Yes.
Is that what?
Please and thank you.
I'll
Two-
make
it
a
could be
note.
2-2.
Amend the
It would be
recipe.
really good, even 2-2. Like, it just 3 is crazy when you can only do 4 buns at a time. It's overkill. It's crazy.
Bigger grill.
A bigger grill could work, but it's like too much. It's too much already when you only have 3
Just
people
too much
working
money.
there.
Just change the recipe.
It's not even too
I
much money.
think
It's just too much. It's too much for the workers. They're
No, I said
overwhelmed.
it's too
They're.
much for the grill. New grill.
and
Do you work at the buns?
8,000.
Do you work at the buns?
Yeah, of course I work at the
How
Buns.
often? How many hours you got?
Hold on, guys.
Because I
got
got
150
15,000
stars.
hours at the Buns. Okay, and I can tell you right now, bigger
15,000
grills is not
hours.
going to help
Damn, you
anything.
don't
All right?
got-
I lost my
hold
mind
on,
at the
I was
Buns.
on your
Order in the
side.
court.
I have 5 hours of Bunky Town on
Order in the
repeat.
court.
Okay.
Hold on, guys. Relax. Okay, we're all allies here. Okay, we're all in this struggle together. I worked at Senior Buns. You
Yes.
worked at Senior Buns. Ginger
Yes.
worked at Senior Buns.
Yes.
All of us have worked at Senior Buns.
I robbed the Senor Buns.
Zakid
Yeah,
has
Zakid
robbed the
has
Senior
robbed the
Buns.
Senior Buns.
robberies in his record. Yes, Your Honor, he does.
So I will speak to the most qualified chefs in the land to ensure that their shitty rip-off Big Mac recipe gets amended.
Thank you.
On that, I swear.
Thank you.
2
Woo!
turns. Give him another
I'm
turn.
voting for your
That's
wife
my
for
mayor.
next mayor.
That is my mayor.
That's my man.
Okay. Do you have any other concerns, Ginger? Perhaps.
Well, the pay is awful at the Buns, and nobody wants to work
True.
there because they get robbed all the time.
Yeah.
I don't really work there anymore, for those reasons anyway. So
Yeah.
We need a pneumatic tube
But-
that sends the pay slips right to the bank.
I went there
Yeah.
today, and it's like
It was probably dead.
Yeah, it's like 3 people every time I go there. Max
people there
working. Yeah, well, because I ran out. I said there's a meeting at City Hall. I'm gonna go make sure this gets amended about the Buns recipe. And then my coworker went, "Thank you," because it's too much. It's too much work. And I said, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm not gonna let this happen. I'm not gonna let it slide.
Thank you for your service.
I do what I gotta do. You know, I work really hard for this country.
Do we have any additional requests, concerns from any
Sorry
of the?
to interrupt really quickly. Officer Frost
Sure.
from the LSPD here. I just wanted to
Sure.
check, was anyone brandishing a firearm out here?
Yeah, me. I just told you.
Zakid, you don't have a firearms license. You were not brandishing a
I sidearmed it. I pointed that shit sideways like a gangster and told Bournemouth to shut up.
Was it Zakid?
Oh, wait! Hold on. I had my gun out. Is that what you?
You had
Yeah.
your gun out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Welcome to calls of
Yeah.
It was not brandishing.
Oh yeah.
Shit,
It's not
okay, they was
menacing.
debating on me.
Look,
That's all good.
look,
Just-
look, it
Just
got,
wanted to check.
yeah, of course, Frost. Look, it's been rough here, man. Last night, a guy was kidnapped from City Hall by Vingle Dan. He drove a car through the front door, kidnapped him. People called that shit in on 311, 911. He was driven all the way to Sandy Shores. He had his arm chopped off. He has one arm now, left bleeding in a pool. And guess what? Bless their souls. Duncan Fenwell and some other guy showed up. It might have been you, Frost.
It was
Some
me,
other-
Yeah, Frost. You too. You too.
I
What
was-
did you tell me, Frost, when I asked you? How many cops you got on patrol right now? What number?
just-
What number did you say?
Not enough,
Just
Your
the-
Honor.
No, yeah, exactly.
I volunteered
was-
to be a police officer.
I
You're a
agree. I
felon,
think
you can't be a
I think
cop.
he should be a police
I
officer.
tried. Okay, I tried to do my piece.
The answer was 2. Okay, and my wife and I got there before the police did, and it had been called in for quite a long time. And he suffered in a pool of blood. It was terrible.
How
I
come
forgot what
whenever I'm
injustice-
not committing crime, there's 16,000 police officers awake?
Well, it's just bad luck.
I just want to know.
It
Pretty
was
good
bad
at
luck.
doing crime.
Maybe there should be a better scheduling.
Excusez-moi.
We need more officers on the street. That is.
Yeah. So, long story short, and I agree with you, and I want to help you guys make that happen. Okay. At the end of the day, that's what I want. In the meanwhile, I have been assuring people that they should be protecting themselves
I said
because
not
that they
committing
shouldn't
crime.
have to
I
roll
said
over
not
for
committing.
roving fucking Mad Max gangs that are making it impossible for them to work a job as essential as sanitation to provide the parts that we need to fix our fucking cars to get across this entire fucking island. They are scared
Amen.
to go to work.
I
They're
don't
scared
wanna
to go to work.
I'm scared.
Amen.
I gotta think about mechanics.
Mr.
What,
Mayor, with that being
JJ,
said,
hold on, JJ. What was your solution so that you could do your job?
Like have like an escort of your own people. Like
You have,
there's
yeah. You have.
Yeah,
They have
we
to have
literally
a.
have-
Are you having to give them a cut of your money to allow them to be able to justify literally protecting
Yes.
you
Yes.
like a mercenary group in the streets?
We
Yeah,
literally have
we
to
have
have an
PMCs
escort
out here,
of
yeah.
friends.
I've seen like a
Yeah,
blacked
have
out van
PMCs
that
out here,
escort
man.
you guys. It's crazy.
It's the Wild West. There are people. It's literally the fucking Wild West. They're having to surround themselves with wagons to make sure that the so they don't get riddled full of arrows out the street, man. It's fucked. It's fucked. And that's why tomorrow, every single one of you who's got $20,000, you can buy yourself a gun to do the job that hasn't been done for you.
Can I buy a gun?
Yeah.
I'll buy you
Not
again. Don't worry about it.
if
Sakita
you're not
got
a
you.
felon, if you're not a felon, you can buy a gun. Yeah, that's
Mr. Mayor,
How
can I ask
about
a
we put
question?
in a
yeah.
legislation?
What up, Xavier?
So, with that being changed and now getting weapons licenses, is there any hope that the council will revisit castle doctrine and defending your business, defending your home, maybe amending the stand your ground law?
So Michael Simone, in his brilliance, drafted up the Ego Act. This protects people who are trying to do their job and they're getting harassed by psychopaths who decide to roll up at, for example, Mosley's.
Salim.
Yeah, Salim is a prime example of that. Stand your ground is touchy. Okay, I've had discussions about it with Alan Crane
JDS,
multiple times, with
he's
my wife,
mutual
who is a
sister.
long-standing ex-judge, with, I don't think you, Xavier, about stand your ground. But it's always a question because at the end of the day, any one of you could get charged for defending yourselves, okay? Even if you somehow manage to shoot your way
That's crazy.
out of a robbery, and you come out on top, even though there were people with guns trying to take your shit or take your life. If someone wanted to, they could articulate that, hey, you know what you could have done? You could have just sat there and surrendered, or you could have tried to escape out the back door, even though they've got guns on you, or they've got guys with knives. They're going to chase you down. Right now, as it stands,
Rob you.
castle doctrine it doesn't exist, right, Bev? It's not castle
Castle
doctrine.
doctrine is not in the legislation at all. It is only to protect your life or the associates of your associates within your vicinity, their lives, but not property in any way, shape, or form.
That's right.
Correct.
So in a struggling economy
How
where you
bad does
cannot
it say
even work your
wives-
job safely,
wives not
you are not
protected?
protected by the law to do what you can do to ensure that you are able to live a life that allows you to make money.
People don't
You
get
can-
my sarcasm
Group 6
sometimes,
workers
so
have
it'd
to
be really
beg
hard.
for police support at the vault because they don't have guns to protect themselves from these fucking monsters that are just rolling up on them day in, day out, getting stabbed out behind Bay City Vault. The fucking sanitation workers, it's an epidemic.
Imagine trying to defend yourself with a butter knife against a fucking laser sight gun. It's crazy.
Man, it's fucked. It's all fucked. And
I can't believe I made it long enough to get a gun license without getting a
person
felony.
who is in
Oh,
power
shit.
Yeah,
right
fucking
now.
fight him.
That guy.
Fucking
I
beat
did
his
not
ass.
Oh,
I did not deserve this.
The Council of Eight has been extremely harmonious on very important decisions. Everyone who is on it currently is willing to listen to reason, who is willing to do whatever it takes to come to an agreement on some of the most difficult decisions that this city has ever had to face. When I ran these streets 10 years ago, there wasn't a mayor's office. There wasn't a Council of Eight. There weren't people who were interested in making sure that you guys didn't have a shit fucking lot out there on the street. And believe it or not, while these police officers might not be able to protect you at your job, they are trying. They are trying to build something from nothing, and it is hard. So give them some time, some patience, and allow us to be able to work together in a way to make that happen. And I promise you, it will happen by the time I am no longer mayor. That is on Jesus Christ.
All right.
Amen.
Mayor.
One more thing, Max, and before I go in regards to the weapons licenses.
Sure.
Since for example, my job relies heavily on security and transporting large quantities of cash, so it's
Right.
pretty high
Security
risk job, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So do you think that, for example, someone that has a clearance like me that has been working there for a long time could have a discount on the weapons license? Like, for example, 25% off or something like that. Like if I can show the clearance or whatever.
So what level clearance do you have?
I have level 3, so it's the highest one.
So that requires dedication, and it requires that you are no longer a felon, courtesy of the Council of Eight last meeting. I love that idea, and I will suggest it at the next council. It should be as simple. It should be as simple as showcasing your ID and then the badge to the person, the clerk or the judge that will eventually issue these licenses, and then you should be able to get a discount. That is a brilliant idea.
Beautiful. I appreciate
Bring in
that.
max tax.
But if you have a stolen level 3 clearance badge, can you then get a
It
discount?
has your name on it. It has your name on it, so not really possible.
You just need to get an ID then.
Yeah, so if
So
I
get
have
the
his
ID
ID and
and the
his
badge.
badge, can I
Smart,
perhaps
yeah.
get a
This is a
license
good
then?
idea.
Well, then you just pay the ID. Then you just pay the license for me. if you do that.
I don't have yours, but I'm just saying, like.
But somebody's you're stolen from, like they're gonna give license to him and not you because they're reading his ID, you know.
That plan doesn't really work out for you as a kid.
Well, yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we get a badge and everything, so you can actually present it. So.
Yeah, I've seen the badge, so I'm stoked on that. Do any other fine citizens have any inquiries or questions, perhaps?
That is it for me. Thank you so much, Mayor. Thanks so much for being around early.
Thank you, Joaquin.
Renting a car is freaking way too expensive, and I have to pay $600 a day, and it's making me want to commit a crime.
Mayor deserves some food.
Well, did you guys? Thank you very much for the food. Did you guys know?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
How much does a lockpick cost on the streets?
$4,500.
I like where you're going with
today.
this.
$1,500.
$1,500, yeah.
Do you guys know what the charge for joyriding is?
How much?
$200.
$750.
That's 7.
I don't know.
It is $240.
Damn, less than a red light ticket.
Hold on. Ginger, how much did you say it costs to rent a car per day?
$600.
Okay, so
Let's go joyriding.
These
Are you
lockpicks.
recommending, Mayor, that I pay $2,000 for a lockpick and get a joyriding charge over paying
1.5. 1.5. 1.5
Yeah.
for the lockpick.
Yeah.
So in 3 days, it'll take you 1,800. Renting.
Multiple uses per lockpick. It's like
lockpicks are very fragile nowadays.
How many uses do you get for the lockpick?
At least 3.
Twice or 3 times.
Okay, 3 times. So let's assume for a moment that the lockpick is $1,500 and you are allegedly using it to steal a car. Okay,
Allegedly.
there's the chance exists that you don't get caught.
Yeah.
Okay, and you get to drive this stolen car for a full day.
For one tsunami. Once the tsunami comes, that car is getting washed away. If you rent a car, you get it for 24 hours. I'm not saying that renting a car is bad. I'm saying that being able to save up to own a car, if you work at the Buns, 1 hour is $800, then renting a car is like nearly 1 hour of work if you're getting the cheapest car.
And there's no cheap cars ever.
Yeah, and there's not a lot.
They're out of stock all the time.
It's like
I have to buy a
$30,000.
$40,000 baller instead of like a $6,000 Seminole.
So I'm lucky enough to be able to get on the train, but a lot of people are not as lucky as me, and so they're trying to get a $8,000 car. They can't. They got to save up now for a $40,000-$50,000 car. It's not. It's not even reasonable.
Sorry.
This is why Zakid is where he's at in his life.
This is why
It's
I'm
so
at where I'm
horrible.
at. I am forced to rob people to make it.
I worked on a program early on that was presented a bit half-baked at the first council meeting that was essentially going to empower a very, very keen businessman who had purchased a bit of property in Los Santos to run a rent-to-own program. Okay, so instead of having to what's it called? Throwing in a house with 15 people, and worry about your shit getting taken by one of the 15 people who has access to your house. What this guy was going to do essentially was to charge you rent that you would eventually be able to own the house. Obviously, you're paying a bit of a premium, but the difference is you are not having to pay $300,000 in one purchase. You're paying $20,000 a week in order to own a house. And unfortunately, the other council members did not seem to agree with that particular thing. They were worried about a monopoly. They were worried about all sorts of stuff. It was terrible. Terrible. So I understand the rental problem quite a bit. Ma'am with the beautiful afro.
I feel like housing assistance needs to be a thing because just piggybacking off of what I don't know your name, I'm sorry, what she just said over there, it is true. Not a lot of people have the opportunity to, make as much money as others because of situations, of course. And when trying to go and obtain a house, they are not able to if they don't have the luxury of, a nice first class ticket. You know what I mean? So, and the housing market is very expensive.
I don't think there's a house under $200,000 right now.
My wife and I got a trailer for $100,000.
Yep, there's a trailer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it.
I recommend the trailer, boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a trailer man.
Let's build a trailer park.
It's not bad.
You're good.
There's one house in Sandy left, and it's 100. Like 20.
Even if there's like a loans department or something,
Yeah,
so
if
that
anybody
getting
buys
a
that, I'm
car
beheading
would
you, by the
be
way,
a
that's mine.
viable it would be very, very helpful
Section
for
8.
a lot of people
larger
who
apartment
don't
or
have
something.
the
You
same
know,
kind of
Section 8
financial
sounds good.
opportunities as maybe
Section 8, yeah.
you or I might.
Mm-hmm.
I have to pay $1,000.
A state-backed loan company will probably never happen, but that doesn't mean that somebody couldn't develop a private loan company.
Yeah, private loan company is a go.
Who's gonna break the leg?
State-run loan company. It was such a disaster before the governmental collapse that it completely
Kevin Durant.
obliterated the economy.
You're giving me PTSD just bringing it up.
Do you remember Kevin?
Marlo was whipping it. No, not even Kevin Brown. You should see what Marlo was whipping. That guy had about 19 Lamborghinis.
I know,
bro.
he was
That guy
telling me about those
fucking
earlier today,
Elon
actually.
Musk.
Yep.
Maybe not state owned, but maybe business licensed, so that people wouldn't feel like they're just not having some kind of backing from the government. Like, hey, I'm an official company. Maybe not. Just like any other company might be. Just because the government gives you a license doesn't mean that you're not going to commit a crime. You know.
That's right. I will say that the business licenses are going to be for people who are clean.
Of course.
One of the perks of having a business license is that you will have a shared business account.
Yeah.
That everyone who has access to will also have to be clean. They're cracking. There was a lot of loopholes before the collapse that have been sealed carefully. I am looking forward to issuing business licenses soon. I am collecting ideas that I need to go over soon. Admittedly, I haven't. Some of them are very extensive. A lot of people have a lot of great ideas that, unfortunately, by virtue of a lack of manpower, just can't happen as much as I would love to see. I don't know. For example, some guy wanted to be able to run a destruction derby with a new rental spot out in the northeastern part of the island. Like, there's like a dirt track out there or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been tight, but you know, I can't. It can't happen like that. So right now, unfortunately, I'm having to tell people, hey. We don't have the means to give you what you need to run that cool fucking business that you had 5 years ago. It just doesn't exist the way that it does.
Yeah, exactly. I think the major thing is like maybe could you make it so that it's not $600 to $1,500 per day for a rental, or you could ask them, you know, maybe it's a little expensive when there's hardly any cars to be able to buy from. And I know that people are very concerned about new legislation when it comes to selling privately with their cars if there are strikes on them. Now it gives people a double fear.
But it's not only that, it's also.
Well, did you hear about the new legislation?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. Also, the with the restocks, you know, maybe I don't suppose you. No, not only that. It's you know, it's normally in the latest. You know, it's normally later. It's normally the later, you know, tsunami that gets the cars, right? And then when, you know, people like me who wake up in this one, you can't wake up in the other one, and you go to get a car, and you're like, oh, they're all gone. Somebody's just, they were all gone. Like, every single car that was there was gone, like, by the next day.
There's
so
a lot of
maybe,
issues.
like, splitting them or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on one sec. There's cops out here that I need to see if we're still here.
Oh.
You're going down, Zakid.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, bro, every car.
Yep.
I wanted the gauntlet. I was fucking hella happy. Woke up, gone. I was like, what the fuck?
I just want a
Like, just
damn
get
scooter,
one
bro.
car,
It
I
didn't have to
wouldn't
be a
even
car.
need
Give me a
For
scooter.
promise.
I want a BMX.
I'm paying
What,
$600 a day. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
It's just,
$4,000 a
it's
week.
shit.
Imagine that, you know,
Everyone's
a
really
month.
loud.
Oh,
You know, try to tickle me,
so standing over there for
Apologies.
I think they were just listening, or they tried to talk
coming
back.
tomorrow, I think.
Get out your gun licenses tomorrow, bro. Now I'm a fucking
I'm
criminal.
gonna be honest.
I'm not.
You're
Just
about
a
to be.
civilian.
Calling the cops right now.
Oh, you're not.
I'm looking forward to getting hit with a stray and getting a nice lawsuit, bro. That's all I care about. You get some go-getter G6 guy starts blasting, hits me across the street.
Anyone see where those? Oh. Wait, who said sup to me?
Hey, hi.
Oh, Tech. Hey, what's good?
Not much.
Okay. Let's get a line going because I feel like we got a bit disorderly. Unless, does anyone have any specific concerns right now that I could possibly address?
No, I got
Sir
like
in the
a
blue?
concern, but
Yeah, we can talk
Okay,
about those.
I'm going to make this pretty quick because I'm sure everybody wants to say some stuff, but I'm
What's your name?
not sure if this is Andrew.
Andrew what?
Andrew Fritz.
Fritz.
Yes, sir.
All right. What is your concern?
Okay, so I'm not sure if you've already addressed this yet. I just got here, but it's kind of about crime in the city, right?
Sure.
I know you've been talking about like police and stuff, and I read some of the stuff about your campaign and talked to people and stuff. But just as a question, right? Out of the people who are here, raise your hand if you've been stabbed, assaulted, held at gunpoint, held at knife point. All right, hit with a wrench. Okay, now lower your hand if the person.
Wait, hold on. Raise your hands again. I would like to see that.
I'm just not gonna admit to it.
So, yeah, so I'm one. Right.
Have you been
never caught lacking.
assaulted or shot or held at gunpoint?
Can't catch me lacking. I'll dodge it. I'll dodge it.
Like stabbed at senior buns type shit, right?
Listen, I'm not gonna admit to anything.
Never.
Nothing's going on
Nice.
record.
You can't catch me. Too fast.
Okay. Allegedly. How about that?
Oh, allegedly, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So what's the point you're trying to make?
Okay, now put your hand down if the police department has caught the person who did these things to you.
Oh, I would never go to the ops. Fuck them.
Yeah, we on a no strict, big strict no snitching law out here, bro.
Yeah, no way. I take care of my own business. I don't need the ops.
We ride out, bro. We ride out on them. You know what I'm saying? Said you stabbed the Senor Buns, you rob Senor Buns. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do, bro.
Goddamn right.
Okay. Do you
Yeah,
think
I just
that,
called Slux. He said they didn't leave, but
they
I'll
would
call him.
be
And
able
do you want
to
to meet with
find
them right
the
now? I'll get him over
perpetrator
here.
if they even had the chance?
I
Well, does it count if
Okay,
they
good.
caught him because you knocked him out? Or does that not count?
I don't think.
Oh,
you
hey.
Well, I mean, I guess that counts.
But there they are. I'll hang
Captain
up.
Slacks. You good for a meeting?
Yeah, I was gonna call the chief of staff to schedule one actually.
The chief of staff is fired. My wife is the chief of staff now.
Well, that's what I was trying to get a hold of, right?
Okay, well, that's out now.
Congratulations.
Ooh, the best.
Congratulations on becoming.
Thank you.
I am now the deputy chief of staff as well, Slacks, just so you are aware.
You know, and look, I know some of you might be like, "Oh, this guy hired his wife to be his chief of staff. That's a voting position on the council." Allow me to educate you. Well,
No one-
see, Tech,
no one
and
thought
that's why you are a smart guy. That's why your name's Tech, because you get it. You are a man who knows. Where is this lovely document here?
It's like the second one from the bottom.
I just want to make a point here.
Hold on, Corn. Listen.
Whoa, that's what cornwood looks like?
Okay, listen. Okay. This is what it says when this was published on the 18th of December last year. It says the chief of staff seat will be selected and appointed by the mayor themselves. This position will carry out the mayor's goals on a day-to-day basis, acting as an evangelist for the mayor's principles. The chief of staff position exists solely to allow me another vote on the council to represent people like you. And my wife is no better person to do that. So please allow me to congratulate Siobhan Thoroughbred, everybody. Let's go.
Congratulations, Siobhan.
I mean, even if she wasn't your wife, she'd be incredibly valid.
Yeah.
Well, also, here's the thing. To be fair,
on tap, baby.
To be fair, it's like y'all did just kind of get married recently. I mean, shit, things could not work out. You know, so it's not like
a month ago.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's only
Things
been a
could
month.
not
I mean, y'all can
work
still
out.
get divorced and shit. So I mean, hell. So my point being is like it's not like it's some kind of bullshit. You know.
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
hell.
True.
Hell, you probably knew Juno for less time than you knew.
Excuse me.
Or
about the
more
same time.
About the same time.
Unfortunately,
Wait, was Juno the chief of staff?
Juno Sweeney was the chief of staff. Unfortunately, she conducted herself in such an unprofessional manner at the last council meeting, coupled with several reports that I received that she was not acting as my evangelist. She had to be let go because she would have compromised the very vision that the Council of Eight was erected in order to represent, which was to allow people like us, people like the police department, people like the healthcare department of Los Santos, whatever, the medical group, to allow every single person the opportunity to present new ideas that will be able to be implemented in a new and radical way that has never been done before in the history of Los Santos. Speaking from me, a straight motherfucking OG who did not have this opportunity 10 years ago.
Can you go into more detail
She was a
about
road bump. What'd you say?
Can Can you go into more detail about that?
About what?
No.
Her removal?
Her removal? Well, she started the last council meeting. So, first of all, let's preface this simply. I wanted every single council meeting to be recorded. And it would have been excellent for you to see how Juno Sweeney spent the beginning of the last council meeting accosting me because she needed to be coddled and directed on every single decision that who essentially, no offense, Beb, the job of the chief of staff is to literally represent my ideas. And yet she still